What's going on, guys? Today we're doing something new. It's TCG related. It's not Pokemon, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not Vanguard. It is a new card game coming out. If you know me, then you know I was gonna love this game before it even came out. It is the One Piece card game. Now, the game doesn't drop officially until December, but this weekend they did the September 30th through October 2nd. They're doing a super pre-release at certain card shops. It's pretty much you get special edition versions of the starter decks, and you use one of them and you play in a tournament. I'll go into the details of how I did. I played yesterday and what deck I did. I just figured for right now we'll go over these, open them up. Or I already opened up 3 of them because I was playing with one of them, and the other 2 I just wanted to see what's going on with them. We can open up one, but I'll show you the decks itself, show you what's special about these, and what other stuff you got. All right, let's go through it all. All right, so here's what we got here. This is what all officially came with it. So you go into this event, you purchase, one of the starter decks that you want to play with, and then you have an option of picking up the other 3. Of course, I was gonna get all the other 3 because 1, you get them before December. 2, you get the I'll show you the special editions of these cards, as well as these are the other things you get. It's a promo pack. It's like the one that they had before with there was like a promotional thing they did a couple months ago in August, I think early August, where it's like they taught you how to play the game. And they gave you one of these, so I'm not going to open this one. I think I'm going to keep it or see what happens with it later. I feel like I wanted one sealed one. I'll show you what came in it, though. This is the same 5 cards that came in the other one. So we got a Kaido. It pretty much comes with one of each of the leaders from the starter decks that you see. We got a Kaido, a purple Kaido card, a green Kid card, blue Crocodile, and one Monkey D. Luffy red. And then it comes with another card, which is pretty much like a mulligan. It's really cool. I mean, there's already mulligans in this game, but this is really cool. Yeah, we can go over these and stuff like that in a different video if you'd like. Just feel free, I feel like I'm definitely going to go get into a bunch of One Piece stuff because I love this game. I love One Piece, and this game from just this weekend, just playing it in a non-competitive, competitive kind of way, it was really fun. But yeah, I just want to show you that stuff. The other thing you do get is this promo Luffy card. It has, Dawn 2. This character gains Rush. If you're familiar with Dragon Ball Super or Digimon, then you know what Rush means. It's a Bandai game, so it's made by that company as well. So a lot of the names, the terms of the cards will be at least similar. I know this one has Banish. I don't think Digimon has that. But you got Rush. Double attack is double security, blocker, and stuff like that. It's a very fun game. I'm definitely happy to do a tutorial video for you guys. So we'll go through these, and yeah, we'll go through them and just show what you get special and all of that. So again, like I said, I did open a couple of these. So we'll go ahead and start obviously with Luffy. So all of them, you always get these the Dawn cards, right? Let me just put this in frame right here. You always get the Dawn cards in each of the starter decks. This is the main resource. It's like the land in Magic, all that. Essentially you get the 10 that you use for the deck. The special thing with this whole set is you get to see this little gold marking right here that says Super Pre-Release, and it has on all the cards. And pretty much it's from these specific Super Pre-Release starter decks. On top of that, with the super release and all of it, you get in each of them, you get a free, or not free, it comes with an additional alt art of the leader card. So example, all these, usually you get this, but in these you get an anime shot. Kind of like the manga one, especially if it had this manga background, that'd be really sick. I do like these anime art ones, but I understand some people don't like the anime arts, but I feel like this is nice because it's not a screenshot, it's actually a card art. And I really like the holo on this. This holo on these cards are so nice. It's pretty much all the holoed background, but Luffy is not hollowed. It's really clean, I think, in my opinion. So we'll go into this stuff. What's in here? Again, all of it's pre-release. Has super pre-release on it. It's really nice. Like, here's the holos that it comes with. So it comes with like 4 holos in the deck, the secret rares or the super rares. And so 2 of them are here, these nice manga art Luffy's, you know, with the when attacking. It pretty much the whole red deck is aggro based. It has a bunch of the Straw Hat deck right now has a bunch of rush, aggro, ignores blocking. Like for example, this Luffy ignores blocking. Has a lot of low cost cards. Like I think this is the highest cost card. It's a 5, and it just does a lot of early game rushing. So yeah, let's go through it. So we got the 2 Luffy's, you know, we got the 2 Zoros. This Zoro is really good. I was playing against it. I'll explain what deck I was playing. I was playing Kid, not Kid, the worst generation. And I'll go over. I can go in definitely more detail about how I was playing that and all that. So he gets 1K for the Dawn. So he's pretty much hitting for 7. You do know the rules of it. Again, I can explain it later. We got 2 Usops, or 4 Usops. My bad. I'm used to all the good cards being at 2. In the others. So like, you know, we got Karu, you know, Duck Gang, yeah. He doesn't even count as a Straw Hat, obviously. We got, you know, 4 Sanjis with the rush ability if he has 2 Dawn on him. We got the officially new member of the crew. We got Jinbei with the when attacking, he can give your leader or another character 1K. Really good, I think, especially since he's a big body and he's gonna be with another Dawn. He's in for 6, especially for a 3 cost, considering compared to the other cards in this deck. We got Chopper, the 1K blocker. We got Nami, really good card, synergy with the leader Luffy. Both their effects are pretty much once per turn you can equip a Dawn, a rested Dawn onto one of your characters or leader. Really good, I think. Just to, you know, chill out. We got Robin, which I hope it gets more respect later on with better abilities since it's just a vanilla card. Just 5K for a 3 cost. We got Vivi and the nice manga art here, 4K for 2 costs. And this card I usually would think is just a blocker just because it's a 4 cost for 6 and he's vanilla. But my boy Frankie. We got a really good effect with Brook. Again, good cards, only 2. So Brook's on play is pretty much you get 2 rested Dawn you can equip to a leader or a character. Or wait, yeah. To a leader or character. So it's just like free 2K. So you pay the cost even for this. You just pay the cost, bring it out, use the 2 rested, and add it to the one of your cards for boost. Really nice. Then we go into the event cards. So we got one of the counters, which I really love these arts. Like look at this guard point, perfect for it. And we got Gum Gum Jet Pistol, love that. Really good art for it too. Right when the return, you know, to your skip. We got Diablo Jumbo. And then we have stage art. So there's actually stage cards in here. I think there's only 2 decks here that have stage cards. It's the Kaido deck, the purple, which is the Animal Kingdom, and then the Straw Hats right now. So we have 1000 Sunny, which gives another 1000 boost. Yeah, so that would be the red Straw Hat deck right now. Obviously, it gets a lot better. I personally like the deck. I think it's a really fun deck to play. It's a really good deck to learn. Obviously, it's gonna get a lot better once the set drops, because then we'll get better cards. Because if you notice, a lot of the cost in that deck is very low. Like the highest one I said was 5. Once we get the structure deck, you know, you get like, not structure deck, the first set, you know, we get like Shanks and all that, which are higher cost, higher attacking, really fun. The next deck we'll go into then, I guess, will be Crocodiles. So this one I'd say was the hardest matchup. So we get that done. I would definitely say it's the hardest matchup I went against. So the nice art, Crocodile. So what he does is he's Dawn, remove 4. So you put him back in your Dawn deck, and your opponent. Let me fix this right here. There we go. Your opponent, you put one of your opponent's cards back in the hand. And a lot of this, what I say about the blue deck is very control based. A lot of it's like, oh, you're returning this to your hand, you're doing this. It's very controlling the board, and it was, for me, hardest matchup. I'll go into explaining everything later. Here's really nice art for Crocodile, the manga art. Really nice. A blocker, and then has an effect when he's getting blocked. If he's blocking, he returns one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less to the hand. So not only is he blocking, but then he's like popping something. Then we got the Don Flamingo. Don Quixote Doflamingo. I keep calling him Don Flamingo. He's on play. He's a 7 cost, 7k body, but on play, return one of your 7 or less cards in hand, which is really, really good. Oh my gosh. We got 4 of the Edward Weevil, new Whitebeard Jr. over here for 5k, for 3k cost. We got Gecko Moria. Yeah, he's in the Warlord thing still. A lot of these guys. The Warlords are gone. I guess spoiler, but yeah, he's a Warlord. He on play adds one of your Warlords or Thriller Bark Pirates with a cost of 4 or less to your hand. That's not Gecko Moria, which is really nice. This is definitely one of the ones that I want 4 of. 2 more of, and with the Gecko Moria Pirates, maybe we'll get a whole. That's what I'm hoping for. We get crews as like the, we got the Animal Kingdom Pirates, we got the Straw Hat Pirates. I'm really hoping we get like other sets of just crews, which would be cool, like a Thriller Bark crew. That'd be really cool. A whole Mihawk. No, I'm joking. We got 2 Mihawks. Really good card, I think, in my opinion. It was definitely a target I always want to get rid of because it's just hand advantage. A lot of things right now, at least in the structure decks, there is not a lot of drawing. There's not a lot of drawing abilities consistently. Like, your hand won't be as big as like Digimon, Vanguard, and stuff like that. So you get pluses from different things. And this is one of them where it's like you draw 2, you discard 2. So it's really nice. It's not plussing your hand, but it's definitely like you're controlling your hand. You're like, oh, what would be good for later on? What do I not need right now? You get the 4 Jinbeis. Yes, he gets in 2 different things. It's really cool. This is one that I think is an amazing card. And this is why I was debating about picking this up, but there's not 4 of it in here. Let me get the other card in here too. Because it's a union card. So pretty much by union, I mean like it brings out another body. So with this, once per turn, I can activate it and pretty much pay a cost of 2 to bring out a Pacifica. So pretty much you're getting a free card out every turn. And luckily, see, there's 4 of this. And you bring it out from the deck. So, Sentomaru is so cool because it's just like a free, let me just bring out a Pacifica for cost of 4, which I'm hoping later on we'll get maybe like a deck based around it. Maybe we'll get like ones with abilities and not just vanilla, but at the same time it's a 6k. Believe me, that's crazy good at the moment just because of all the blocking, and then you can put Dawn on it. So we got the blockers. We got 4 laws, right? And then we have 4 Bathu Kumos. Really good. It just stacks your deck. More controlling. Like this deck, when I say control, it's literally controlling your hand with the Mihawks, your opponent's board, your board, and now it's controlling the top of your deck, what you're drawing. We got some 1k, 3ks with Buggy, which I'm really hoping he gets like a whole team. I need full art leader Buggy. Did I say Bucky? We got other blockers in this with Boa Hancock. And then we got 2 Teach. Again, another card I wanted out of the 4 of, just because it's a lower cost than the Mihawk. Than the Doflamingo. And it returns one of your opponent's cost with 3 or less. Really good. Now we go into the events. So we got a couple Sables. I'm reading it upside down. I'm sorry. But it's really good. Returns a level 7 or less card to your opponent's hand. More control. Counter cards. Counter cards are like guard cards. They just have counter effects. I can go into the ruling of the game if you guys want me to. I'd be more than happy to. And we have Level Up Mellow. I'd be more than happy to go into the rules of this game because, again, like I keep saying, I love this game. Just one day of playing it, and I'm like, yeah, I could drop other games. It'd be okay. It'd be okay. Yeah, let's see. So the next one, we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. If I can, I might just cut to me already opening it, because let's be honest. Yeah. Because I don't want to, like, break this, like, rip it, you know what I'm saying? Just because I don't know how the actual structure decks, if the structure decks actually come out like this, I think it'd be really cool. Because it's just such a simple, it's such a simple, like, I probably just gonna rip it. Okay, no, I didn't. It's such a simple box, other than like those big, bulky Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, Pokemon boxes where it's like all this cardboard and stuff. It's literally box, cards racked like this, rules on a card thing. The rules are really flimsy on this thing, but yeah. So we'll go ahead and freshly open Kaido. Kaido was the last match I played against. It's really cool, honestly. I think it definitely has the whole potential. It's definitely a mid to late game deck. Here's all the super pre-release. It's definitely a late to mid game deck, and it controls your Dawn like crazy. So here's Kaido, the leader. So what he does is he's like removes 7 Dawn and pretty much removes a life from your opponent. Just free. It just trashes it. Like, you don't even get the ability, if it's triggered or anything, that it doesn't go to hand, it just trashes it. Really good card. And I'll probably save everything up later. Let me see if I can get that focus. There we go. So we got 2 of this big boy, 9 cost, 9k cost Kaido. Yeah, this guy's crazy. He gets rush. He KOs one of your opponent's characters that are 6 or less, and then he's a 10k body. It's just hard to bring him out, but as soon as he's out, he's probably not leaving the board. We got King, a 6k cost. A lot of this stuff is high cost, but they control their Dawn like really well. Again, KOs when you're 4 or less, 7k body, really cool. We got Ulti, which is again like the Pacific one in a sense. With the Sentomaru one, it's Ulti. So you got 4 page 1s, and you have 4 Ultis. So Ulti's effect is on play, remove one of your Dawn, and you can bring out a page 1 from your hand for free, which is really good. I mean, it's a 6k and a 5k body for 4, or for essentially 4, yes. I like it. I just feel like maybe down the road we'll get more page 1 support with maybe like an effect, because it just says a page 1 card with a cost of 4 or less. So maybe we'll get like page 1 and Devil Fruit ability and all that, and it'll make this card even better. So now we got Queen. Queen's the blocker. One of the blockers in this deck has a shield on top of it if you need to drop from hand, and on top of it, Dawn -1, you draw 2, discard 1. Pretty cool. We got Sasaki over here. Draw 1 card on place. Really nice. We got Sheepshed, which is one of the smilers or enjoyers. I forget what they're called. He has different ranks in the. He's a lower rank, definitely. I'm like, who is this guy? The other one I'll show you later. We got Jack. Jack's really cool. On play, you just trash a card from your hand and you add a Dawn. So this is like starting of the Dawn control. Definitely is one of the things you want two more of, in my opinion, with the Queen. Like, I feel like all the top 3 you want with the Queen, and then the headliner is probably like 4 of each. I think it'd be really cool. This is the one I'm just like, who is this? Who is this? Is this a pleasurer or just one of the smilers and stuff like that? Like I don't know who Jim Runny is. I'm guessing like very low rank. They were just like, yo, this is a Beast Pirates only kind of thing. We just need to put some of the lower ranks in there. Cause I'm like, I asked the person playing the deck, they're just like, bro, I don't know. It's so far away. And I'm like, we are on this part in the anime right now. We left it in the manga. It's not that far away. Nobody knows who this person is. Crazy. So then we got Who's Who's. Really cool card. Just another free KO for -Dawn, but lower cost, which is really great. We got Black Maria as the other low-cost blocker. Really cool. I keep forgetting. I didn't see anybody play this. I did not realize this was in here. We got a low rank, a low-cost vanilla X-Drake, but that's really cool. I really hope they do this like in Hollow or something like that. Like, X-Drake is really cool. I just dinosaurs. But I don't think I saw anybody actually play this. I think they were just using as like guard vanilla, like just for the counter. I think it was just because they had other things that they could play that actually benefit them more. So they have some of the best starter deck event cards. So we got what's it say? Lead Performer Disaster. So it pretty much draws a card, and then on top of that, it gives you Dawn, which is really cool because you're already like +4, Definitely wish they'd run more of it. Obviously, you want to run more. We got Brachio Bomber, which is a KO, and then adds a Dawn. And then we got Blast Breath, which gives it 4k for a minus a Dawn. It's one of the counter cards, just for defense purposes. Makes, for a battle, makes Kaido 9 if you need to. And then we got such a good stage. They even gave you 4 of this stage. It's Onigashima. I can't say these words when I'm just on camera. It's Onigashima. Pretty much what it does is just like, you rest it, you get it on. Free as that. Free as that. I mean, obviously you're running 4 because they want you to find it, but you can only have 1 out on a stage at a time. It just cancels out the other stage if you do use it. So make of that what you will. I need to go ahead and sleeve this later on. Yeah, we need to sleeve that. And the last deck, the deck I played with at the event, is the good old Worst Generation. Now this deck, super fun, super crazy. Let's go into. I already organized it so we can go into it. We can go in detail if you guys like. It's super crazy. This is the deck I played all my matches. There's Dawn. So I will say this, I am annoyed from the event. So the event, we didn't realize what time, right? They didn't know the time thing, which I get it. It's a new game. People were learning it. So you put 50-minute timers. Most of the rest of the matches finished, because it's best out of 3, finished in that time, right? But the first match, people were learning, especially my opponent as well. I was learning too, because I didn't know the cards. I didn't go into it like, oh yeah, I know every single card. I just knew like the gist of what I was going to play. And because of that, we didn't finish game 3. I lost game 1 again against Crocodile, which pretty much counters this deck right now. I won non-stop game 2, and game 3 I was literally just about to finish. They just said, we can't go by life, you just have to go end of time. Gave additional 5 minutes. We were able to finish in that time. So it was a draw, but we finished the game, and it was like next turn I literally won. So in technical terms, I went undefeated, but due to that, I got a draw. The rest of the matches I did were all 2-0s. Luckily, I got to play against every single deck. It started with that. I went against Crocodile, the first one, which is the draw. Luffy, second one. Kaido, third. And I just did a little fun match against another. Because there was a lot of draws, there was only 3 rounds. And due to that, I got third. I didn't get first, I didn't get second because of that draw. I was literally 1 point off, because I feel like if I actually won, I'd go against the first person that was undefeated, and we do a match to at least see who gets first and who gets second. But at that point, it didn't really matter, because you just need first and second, because they both get the prizes. So unfortunately, I went undefeated. I love this game, but I did not get the hollow Luffy, which was pretty much this Luffy, but it's like gold border, and it says winner on it. And no, I am not a winner because of that, which I was like salty about, but at the same time I'm like, this game was really fun. So we'll go over this deck now. So we got Eustace Kid, right? Let me just get this to focus real quick. It's a little crooked right now. There we go. We got Kid. Love this. Obviously the manga arts I will always say is a little better, but I do love the hollow. Such a good card. It's pretty much it's a restander. A lot of people forgot or just couldn't do anything to restander. Late game, you just attach 7 of your Dawn, you're hitting for 12, and then restanding, hitting for 12 again. It's such a good card that you consistently can just be like, do I want to attack twice with this turn? Nah, I'll just attack 1. Like if they have a blocker, you're like, that's fine, block this one. I'm swinging again. So good. Love this card. So we'll go into the deck. So we got 2 Eustace Kid hollow manga art. Such a cool card. No blocker. There's a lot of not blockers in the deck, which it's fine because you have to discard for this, so I'll just drop it. This is such a good card late game. It's a 7k blocker. On top of that, if it has a Dawn on it, then it restands at the end of my turn. So pretty much I can swing as an 8k to my opponent, and then at the end it restands into the 7k blocker. Such a good card. We got Law. Law I used a couple times. I want to use it more, but I did not get the cards needed to continue going with it. So on place, it reactivates one of your rested characters. So on top, so reactivate means pretty much it's like unsuspend, restand, all that. So it was really good for that, and works really well with a lot of his deck. For example, like Basil Hawkins, which I sadly never used. There's a couple cards in here that I never got to use because either I didn't get them or I was just using them for guarding or dropping for this effect. For example, Basil Hawkins, such a good card. What it does is when it attacks, when it battles an opponent's character, you can reactivate this. So if it's battling an opponent's character, then I'm restanding it. So as long as I can restand, I can attack. If I'm attacking, say, final game, I'm attacking to my opponent's leader, he blocks it, I attack the blocker, so I'm battling a character and restands. And then on top of that, you know, you get 3 attacks if you're using it a law. It's such a good card. I just sad I didn't get it out there. Then we got 4 X-Drakes. X-Drake's a really cool card. It's like your turn. If this card is rested, then all my Supernovas and Navy cards get 1,000. So I'm just like swinging with it. If I just swing with it, then its effect procs for the rest of the turn. Yeah, and then everything gets an additional 1,000, which is really cool. Again, never saw this on board. This was a discard or a guard, just because of everything. I was doing like early game rush at that point. Ever since the first game against Crocodile, I was like, no, we're going through this fast. Another card that never saw the board, 4 Kobe's. I don't know why he's in the worst generation set. I have no idea. The only reason I could say is that he's a Navy and he's with X-Drake, but he's just there. He's a 4. Again, I don't like the 4-cost 6-8 vanillas. Better off just to keep it in hand. We got Vito of the Fire Tank Pirates. He's first mate, 5k, 3k. I think I played 1 most of the time. Again, blocks. Like a lot of the cards I play are like, here we're coming up to those now, like Killer. Killer is so good. On play, I KO one of my opponent's rested 3 costs or less, which also is a trigger, which is really great. This pretty much was the MVP against the Straw Hats. Because again, like I said before, Straw Hats only have 5 costs or less. So a lot of times they'd be rushing with like Sanjis, Namis, and all that. I'm just like, okay, Killer, get that off the board. Really fun, really fun. And on top of that, you know, it's a 3k, but you just put 2, swings for 5. Then I brought out the Law, swing again. And they were just like, okay, I gotta get rid of Killer. And I'm like, I mean, at that point, he was just on place. And then against like Crocodile, they were just like, I have to attack it because they didn't want to return it to hand because then I could just do it again. One of the MVPs, surprisingly, the low cost of Heat. There's 4 Heats in this deck. Hilariously, that my MVPs are also kids, you know, like the Kid Pirates. It was just an easy, low cost, just like a swing at 2k. I mean, a swing at 4k, just put 1 Dawn so I can attack leader. I like this card a lot, even though it's just a vanilla. One of the best, speaking of a really good 2k, we got Eroge right here, which I hope he gets more respect in One Piece right now. We have not seen him for a hot minute. Really good card with 1 Dawn, and if I have 3 or more characters in play, then this gets 2k. So pretty much if I click 1 Dawn onto this guy, if it focuses, 1 Dawn onto this guy, he's swinging for 6k. Oh my gosh, and he's a 2k like cost. This man is a monster, and it's so good. I mean, he is a monster, this man. But yeah, we'll get on to the next one. So what we got here is another one that really did not, this one understandably. So we got 4 Apus, right? Scratchman Apu. So most of the time, I just used him as shield because he is one of the only 2k counter shields. And because of that, I didn't really want him on the board. I think I used it once against a Kaido matchup because he does have an effect. Yeah, I used it against the second Kaido matchup because he has an effect that when he swings, I rest one of my opponent's Dawn. So they couldn't use that Dawn for their counter effects. Besides that, no, I kept these in hand because it's just free 2k bodies. Because a lot of times people were swinging for like 5 to match this because ties work in this game in the favor of the attacker. So you want to go 1k over. It's kind of like Vanguard and Digimon that you want to be 1k over. So this is really great as a 1 guard block instead of wasting 2 guards in hand. We got 4 1k blockers with Capone, Beiji. I like this card a lot. I had a bad use of this card with the Crocodile matchup because sure, it's a free 1 cost, but they can just pop it back to hand, no problem, and it was just a dead card because it doesn't have a blocking shield. So at that point, I just kept, like, I kept playing it. He he kept returning it. Excuse me. He kept returning it, so I just had a point where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna discard it for Kid, and then I won. So I was just like, okay, yeah, this has gotta go. I really like this card as well. Beppo, 4 Beppos. It's just a flat, 1K, 3K attacker. Well, 1 cost, 3K attacker. Really good. You just put 2 late game, because I was just like, oh, I have these in hand. Let me just play these bodies out next turn. If you don't get rid of them, they're a threat, because I just swing for 5 days. They don't have blockers? Yeah. One of the best cards is coming up. Like I was talking about in the Crocodile deck, there is not a lot of drawing cards. There's a couple in Kaido's deck. There's that Mihawk in the other. This, I think, is the best card at the moment. It is so good. They made Bonnie so good in this deck. It's a 1 cost. If you get it in the first turn, it's so good. It's a searcher card, and what it does is like it's a cost of 1, and then you to play it, you cost of 1 to rest it, and then you check the top 5 cards of your deck. I thought it was 3 in the beginning. No, it's 5. 5 cards of your deck, and you add 1 supernova to your hand. 1 supernova card, so it does not have to be a supernova character card. You can add the supernova event cards too, because it says supernova card, which was crazy. I'd just be like, okay, 1 cost. Let me just check what will help me next game, help me now, stuff like that. Like, oh, I found another Capone I can play out right now. Go for it. It was great. They were targeting this like crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna guard that because it's too much, but it's really good. It definitely saved me so much of adding like these event cards, which I'm gonna get to in a second. Definitely the MVP of this deck, in my opinion, besides Kid. So we got Straw Swords, really nice cards. What it does is for a cost of 2, I can rest 1 of my opponent's characters, which is really nice because in this game, you can't attack a character on your opponent's field unless it is rested. So they have to have attack to and stuff like that. So a lot of times I prevent them from, rushing me crazy by like, okay, I'm setting up a board for next turn. I'll be like, all right, let me play this. Rest your guy so I can swing into it, or I'll rest their blocker so I can just go immediately into swinging into them, or I'll rest the unit so then I bring out Killer and just pop the card. Really nice. The last couple cards are defensive cards. So we got 4 Repels, really good card. What it does, it's a 4K, for a cost of 2, it's a 4K boost for a battle, and then it reactivates one of my Dons. So it's really good to combo that with other cards, because here's an additional one, which is Scapple, which does the same thing almost. It's for 2K, reactivates one of my cards, and then gives 2K. And then it also has a trigger to set up 2 of your Dawn cards as active. Really good deck. I really like this deck a lot. Really not consistent. There's a lot of like things that go back and forth with it. I like it a lot. Definitely the deck. I'm happy I chose this deck to play it. But yeah, that was the things how this went. That was how the event went. The event went again. My sadness that I did not place in the first 2 spots to get that winner Luffy. Hopefully next time. They are doing other events before December to make sure that people know about it. They're doing a whole structure deck online thing, I think. I don't know. But the one thing about that, I have to figure out if it's just a flat structure deck or if you can put 2 together. Because if so, then I might, talk to my friend, borrow some so to get some extra stuff for one of these decks. I feel like a lot of these decks will be a lot better with additional support or multiple copies of said card. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Definitely go ahead and like, subscribe. I want to do a lot more One Piece content once this card game comes out. Maybe do some matches online with some of these starter decks just for now, just so you guys yourselves can see the power of these decks at the moment. We definitely want to, in December, we're definitely going to go hard with this, open some packs, all that. But yeah, let me know if you guys want a tutorial video for this game. I'd be more than happy to teach you guys how to play this game. More people playing this game in the beginning to midpoint of release means more content for this, means more events, more support for this game. I feel like this game is going to be great. I mean, if My Hero's doing good, Digimon's doing good, this game is so fun. And Bandai has been doing really good with card games at the moment. Let me know if you guys want more. You guys have a good one. Bye.